Hi everyone, Angela here. To make this cushion cover, first measure your insert. Measure from seam to seam. The one I have here measures 19 inches by 19 inches. I'm using a linen fabric that I've washed, dried, and pressed. You want to use a loosely woven fabric so that you can easily pull out the threads to create the fringe. Open to a single layer with the wrong side up. We need to remove the selvage and square off the bottom. We need to get it perfectly straight along the crosswise grain. The easiest way to do this is to make a small cut on the side and carefully pull on a single thread. I just keep pulling and gathering the fabric till I see a visible line across the width of the fabric. You might break your thread, but you can easily pull on the one next to it. You can really see the difference from one side to the other. Now that you can see that visible line, just cut straight across. You can also cut the fabric as you're pulling on the thread. Once done, straighten out the fabric so that it's perfectly square. First, I'll cut away the selvage, then I'm going to measure and chalk out one side of the cover. For a nice snug fit, cut the cover the same size as the insert. This means you don't add any extra for seam allowance. This is the front piece. This side here runs along the lengthwise grain and it's not as stretchy. Just place a mark on it near the edge so that you can easily identify it. Now lift and carefully line this piece up on top of the fabric. For the back, we'll cut a piece 2.5 inches wider. Measure and cut out. You don't have to do it this way, you can measure both pieces on the fabric and then cut out. On the bottom piece, mark the two sides along the lengthwise grain and remove the top piece. Roughly measure about 1/3 of the width, less 1 inch, and cut. Turn both pieces so that the lengthwise grain is facing you. Use a vanishing ink pen or a heat erasable pen to mark 1 inch up from the edge on this shorter piece. Now from this line, mark 1.5 inches up. On the bigger back piece, mark a line 1/2 inch up from the edge. Turn off the steam function on your iron so you don't burn yourself. On the larger piece, turn the edge up 1/4 inch to the line and press across. Now fold up another 1/4 inch and press across again. On the smaller piece, fold up the edge 1/2 inch to the line and press across. Now match that folded edge to the second line and press across. If you're finding this video helpful, make sure to like, share, subscribe, turn on all notifications, and leave a comment below. As always, I'd love to know where in the world you're watching from. For the opening, I'm just using a size 3 nylon dress zipper. I'm cutting away the metal stops at each end just to show you how to cut and measure the zipper for your cushion cover. Cut away the bottom first, then match the end with the side. From the other side, measure in 2.5 inches and mark. Make sure to open up the zipper, hold the tape together, and cut on the mark. Now we just need to reinforce both ends. I'm using the Juki TL-2010Q sewing machine. The link for this and the tools I use are down in the description below. If you're in Australia or New Zealand, click the link for Echidna Sewing and Juki Junkies for North America. Stitch back and forth a few times close to the edge, and then hold and stitch the tape together on the other end. Turn the larger back piece over with the right side up. At the top of the folded edge, mark 1 1/4 inches in from each side. Place the zipper underneath between the marks. Have the slider opening from the left-hand side. Place the fold right beside the teeth and pin in place. Pin across to the other mark, making sure you're not stretching the fabric. Even though it's cut on the lengthwise grain, this loosely woven fabric can still stretch a little bit. On the back, the tape should fully cover that double folded edge. I'm switching to the P363 narrow presser foot to sew this side of the zipper in. Have the side of the zipper foot lined up with the edge of the fabric. Stitch right across, there's no need to back tack. Use a tool like a stiletto or an awl to help ease and keep the fabric in place. Lift the foot and close the zipper so the slider is out of your way. You can see my fabric has stretched a bit here and the end of the zipper is off about 1/4 inch from the mark. But not to worry, we'll fix that up. Switch back to the standard presser foot. We'll now sew a second row with the side of the presser foot lined up with the first row of stitching. Again, there's no need to back tack. The second row of stitching encases the folded edge so there's no raw edges on the back. If you need to, give it a light press to flatten out the easing. With wrong sides up, match the other edge of the zipper with the inner fold of the smaller piece. Center it as best you can and we'll trim away these sides later. Making sure these edges match, pin right across close to the edge through all the layers. Turn over to check that the flap covers the double stitching. Line up a ruler with the sides to trim away any fabric that has stretched out. From each side, measure in 2 inches and mark on the flap. That measurement will catch each end of the zipper. We're now going to stitch the other side of the zipper, starting from the side. Stitch close to the edge through all the layers. Again, no need to back tack. Open up the zipper a bit to stitch to the other end. To finish the ends, turn over to the right side. Make sure the top piece is laying straight across. Stitch close to the folded edge until you get to the mark. With the needle down, lift the presser foot and pivot 90 degrees. Continue to the stitch line and back tack. If you want to make the ends of the opening stronger, you can back stitch a few more times across the width of the flap between the 2 stitch lines. At the other end, make sure the zipper is open and the teeth are together underneath the flap. Pin all the layers together underneath the mark and stitch just like the other side. Open the zipper all the way and flip over with wrong side up. Put wrong sides together, matching the sides on the lengthwise grain. Make sure all the edges match, then clip all around. On the needle plate, follow the 5/8 of an inch line up to the corner that meets up with the line going across. Match the corner of the fabric at that point. Stitch all around 5/8 of an inch from the edge, back tacking at the start and finish, and pivoting at the corners. Once done, we need to sew another row of stitching using the side of the presser foot as a guide, just slightly less than 1/4 inch apart. At the top, separate your layers and then gently pull out one thread at a time. Now I prefer to find the thread from the center of the side and pull it out from there. Now I don't recommend pulling out multiple threads at a time because it usually gets tangled up. On the back seam, pull as far as you can and then just trim what you need to. Leave at least 2 or 3 rows of thread before the stitching. To put in the insert, squish it in half and make sure not to pull too hard on the ends of the opening. I have another tutorial on how to install an invisible zipper into cushion covers. Make sure to have a look at that and other DIY projects on my channel. Thanks again for watching. Take care and happy sewing.